What's up guys, welcome to another behind the page. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I wanted to show off my sketches, the sketches that I did for Spider-Man tutorial, which will be coming out soon on Udemy. My tripod broke today, so I couldn't get all the nice like B-roll shots and all that good stuff. Alright, so let's see how we want to pose. This one's kind of cool. This one's also kind of cool. I like the one hand in a fist and then one hand not. That's also pretty cool. So as you can see, I pretty much just look at a bunch of references and then I just free sketch. That way I kind of get my influence on the drawing, on the art. It could be something like this. I feel like the leg would be down a bit further, but I kind of like that. I do a lot of sketches, really rough, and I just try to do a lot of them. I try to just kind of get into a flow, and usually it takes me a few sketches to really get into, you know, to make something that I like. It's kind of wanted to make it kind of like he was like diving, but I don't think it really looks right. And now that I sketch and I really look at my work, I can actually see the influences from when I was in college, like 20 years ago, doing like life drawing with real models. It really makes a difference with anatomy and just like the flow and gesture. I want something coming towards camera. So I'm thinking I want the shoulders to be kind of like this. I also try to pose in perspectives because that also gives the drawing a lot of life and makes it dynamic when you can incorporate perspectives and things going to camera and away from camera and different sizes, things like that. I want something coming towards camera, like depth of field. So if I'm thinking depth of field, maybe like... By depth of field, I think I mean perspective, but it's really about the silhouette. I try to pay attention to the shapes. It has to have really nice silhouette. I kind of like this, but maybe if this leg is out, maybe this leg can be out straight. It's not too bad, but the head would have to be maybe a little bit higher. It's kind of cool. It would be kind of cool if he was like on the ground too. I know he's always in the air, but like, what if he was on the ground? I guess it looks better in the air. Although, you could just do this. It could be like on a building or something. We'll have to thin him up a little bit. He's a little beefy. So there's that. You can probably do that with liquify. Okay. We do have to figure out the muscle structure of this pec because I think it would stretch like this. Yeah, I think it would stretch more like this, and that would be underneath, something like that. And here is my my sketching of the logo of the symbol. Now, of course, I could just trace it, but it doesn't really, I don't know, for some reason I just don't like tracing those type of things. I'd rather just make it in Procreate. That way I can make it bigger, I can make it the quality I want. Plus it's great in Nomad, you can just bring the image over and place it on the body. Now I know that when we're sculpting in Nomad Sculpt and you bring something in, unless it's millions and millions of vertices, it's not going to be clear. But what I plan to do for this one is bring it over and then just use it as a guide. And then I can use dynamic topology, which is essentially it'll raise the geometry in the sculpt. It'll make the sculpt heavier and you know, larger file size and lots more geometry, but less than, you know, just subdividing and making Spider-Man like 5 million vertices and then getting a clear image. So I kind of just want to use it as a template, and then I'll just clean it up actually in Nomad. But it's very difficult because this symbol is it's got more organic elements that I've noticed, and you know, you kind of have to bring those through. Usually things are very angled and very simple, but this has very subtle curves and things like that. Very unique, I think, for a symbol like this, or a logo, so to speak, because it's not very clean, and I don't actually think it's symmetrical at all. I know the outside ring isn't symmetrical, but I don't think the legs are symmetrical either. And by design, I think it's a good looking logo, but you have to really get a grasp of like the angles and how they all work together. And here's just a quick look at all of that put together. This is the symbol on the front. So obviously I place it and it's not very clear, but then I use dynamic topology, which is really great for cleaning things up and making them look nice and crisp. I did this on the front and the back, and the one thing that I edited out, I spent about an hour, maybe not an hour, maybe like 30 or 40 minutes creating this and cleaning it up and on the chest, and then I realized that it was white. Okay, it's all right. It's looking good. It's red. It's red. I made it white. And I don't think you can change the color once you paint something, even though it was on its own layer. I don't think you can change the color. So I had to I was very upset. I had to delete it and start again. But anyway, yeah, so that's the Spider-Man class. It should be out soon once I get my new tripod and all that stuff. Of course, I brought it into Blender and had some fun with it. But I just wanted to do this really quickly because I had the footage of me drawing it and I didn't want it to go to waste. So I figured I would just show you guys. All right, keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video.